Alright, got it parked up in here. On some blocks, on some plastic ramps, and trying to guard myself from the 95-degree heat today. And we're going to try to make this work. So here's my makeshift garage workspace. And we're going to try that. So again, I've got some shelving to drop parts on, tools and other parts, more tools over here, other parts, rubber mats to drop the bigger stuff on. I just don't know where I'm going to paint some things yet, but I plan on probably painting the bumpers today. Oh, look, I'm breaking my fence apart. So in a moment I'll go over all of the stuff that's been done with the vehicle and all of the stuff I plan to do with the vehicle soon. I've got the tarp down here, as you can see. I'm still dripping a little bit of oil in there. I just had to top it off recently. Not top it off, but give it a little bit more in there just so I'll keep the oil light off. Enough space to work on this down through here. I think I'm going to work on some of the body also while it's here. And there's a neighborhood cat that comes to us for food. This is Miss Chloe Pickles the tigress. She's a stray, but we found her owner, and she's got all of our shots and flea and tick dip, and she's a pretty happy cat when she's eating. But she's hungry right now. I'll find something for her. So again, I'll continue this video in a moment with some detail about what's been done and what I plan to do to it. Alright, workspace is all set up. Excess junk taken out of the van. Canopy's up there just in time for wind tonight to blow it all around. I'm going to have to lower it again. I got all my necessary tools and junk that I typically have in the van out. Cleaned up the inside a little bit. Easy access to the garage. And laid out my ghetto tool set here. Some Walmart sockets. Got all the Torx stuff in there. Some small precision screwdrivers. The Click C pliers that I learned I didn't actually need, and some other random stuff. I got my torque wrenches here, some crescent wrenches, breaker bar. I got another smaller breaker bar there, extensions and whatnot. Ryobi battery stuff. Got some lights. Got another light for the whole thing here. Some gloves. What do I have here? Mass airflow. So that's right here. That's much. Fuel filter, safety goggles, some other random tools. Got fluids dumped down there for antifreeze. Some space. Got another couple serpentine belts. Yeah, a couple. Water, trash, tarp to cover up my drips for the moment. And there she is. Let's see. What have I done to this thing? Long story. I might write it out or something. But I first acquired it from my brother in 2020 and did a couple things with it. Left it back east around Philadelphia and then came back in 2022, the very end of last year, and dumped a little bit of money into it. And I'll detail that in a moment here, I guess. And got it up and running and then drove it from Philly to San Francisco, mostly in limp mode, because I still have a boost leak, undercharge situation there. But I got here and I've been using it as a daily driver because it gets over 27 miles per gallon unloaded average on a highway in city, which is remarkable for something as big and as ugly as it is. So one of the first things I did in 2020 was upgrade the tires because I don't like the silly other little tires. So we've got BFG KO2s. I did the 245 75 16s. I got some really pretty pictures of them before I got them all dirty. Did that on all four, and then I did, as you can see, just a quick Rust-Oleum black paint over some wire brush wheels. Got new headlights and LED bulbs, and they work with the motors. I've got a post in the Facebook group about how well they work. I did, okay, I got a new battery. I got new shocks and struts, front and rear. New battery, new EGR after a serious battle. This is a knockoff Chinese version for 150 bucks off Amazon. So far so good. First one came out easier than I expected. New mass airflow sensors, new sensors before and after, pressure sensors before and after the turbo. What else did I do here? New upper intercooler hose up here. New lower intercooler hose right down there. I did the turbo resonator delete. You can probably kind of see down there. I did recently I did the 6-bolt tightening fix behind the high pressure fuel pump. I had to play with these fuel lines down in here. They're kind of just rigged in there right now, but I ordered the 2 proper elbows right there. They need to be replaced still. But I had a bad fuel leak there. I didn't realize it, but it killed everything in the water pump, so I had to put a new water pump in. The bearing or whatever just made a crazy noise and then spit all the coolant out on the ground. So I did that. Changed the belt, changed the tensioner and tensioner pulley. That seized up on me a little while back. I think also because of the diesel fuel leak. I have a slight power steering leak. I've got to put in a little bit every week maybe, just to keep it topped up. And I've got a couple little issues I still need to take care of, obviously. There's my coolant level sensor wire. What else did I do? There's new filters, new air filter, new cabin air filter. What else did I do? I need to get a new radiator, a new condenser, and a new AC compressor. Still need to do that. And let me think for a minute what else I need to complete here. Just a moment. All right, I'm back. Remembered a couple more things. Inside electronics, I just put some silly car seat covers here. Got a new windshield. Cracked that in the first 5 days after I put it in over in Philly on the way out west. All my vents are great except for one of them. There's a little ding there. I just need to fix that up. I put a $12 Walmart head unit in there and $16 Walmart speakers. Little 4-inch ones up there. Sounds a lot better, but I can't really do Bluetooth calls or anything like that on it. That is a planned upgrade. Of course, headliner is nice and clean. Everything is pretty intact in this this one. Mostly surface rust everywhere, which I'll go over another video one of these days. On the inside, this is kind of mixed utility cargo work space right now. Eventually it'll be a nice camper van, adventure van build out, and it's going to be beautiful someday. Right now I just have some metal cabinets in there. I've got this flip up desk here that surprisingly has done pretty well, which I'm proud of about it. I just bolted some big hinges there on the side that are like gate hinges or something. And then I have steel cables with nylon on them and some hooks and everything, but I just, for now, I just took an extension cord, cut the ends off, and ran through the holes up there and connected on the other side. It actually is quite solid. I can sleep up there at nighttime with a sleeping bag on a pad. And I roll it all up, and I have my mobile office with a nice office or gaming chair, 32-inch 4K monitor. I hook it all up, and power it, and it all seems to be nice. But I like it because it doesn't have any feet on it, so I've got plenty of space under there to not kick stuff and throw other cargo and whatnot when I need to. I forgot what's in these green bins, just some nonsense. I don't know why it's in the way right now. There's my temporary rigged electronics here. I've got a CO2 detector, got a Renogy monitor with a shunt. I learned about how the shunt works. I've actually got a Renogy 100 amp hour AGM battery right now. I learned AGM pretty much sucks for this purpose because you're really only getting 50 amp hours out of it because you gotta charge it back up. And then I've got a pure sine wave, just 1500 watt inverter that I've used for other projects, and I just happen to have it on hand and bolted it right up here onto the wall for now. So this actually does the trick for when I just need to power a laptop and a monitor or whatever, and I'm just working in the field and I just need some extra power. I can plug into this. Other than that, this is just kind of standard cargo van with nothing extra special going on. This is my, not a Dometic fridge, but just some random little 12 volt cooler I plug in sometimes if I need cold drinks. So that's the interior there, nothing really special at all. I'll take out eventually these bulkhead walls. I took out the center door just so I can go in and out easily, but I'll take out these or come up with some cool slider deal. Not quite sure yet. Trying to think. I know I'm forgetting some other things that I've replaced on here, but that's generally what it was. I've ruined my alternator possibly from the oil leak, but it keeps lighting back up every once in a while, so maybe it's still good. I'll find out soon enough when I fix the leak and pull the alternator out and clean it the best I can with some alcohol and whatnot. I have possibly the worst Black Death I've seen. It's been going strong for about 20,000 miles, and I need to take care of that probably in the next couple weeks. But as you can see, nearly every injector has it creeping out of there. Can't really see it so much in the back there, and it's dark, but I do need to pop that off and clean that out. I'll do a little bit of cleaning this go round, and then I'll set up a separate time just to work on the injectors itself. One thing I've been concerned about, and I've posted in the group, I can't see it, or some brake. One thing I did change is some brake lines. They were supposed to be changed from the ABS module all the way back to the wheels, but lovely Firestone in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, did a solid piece of crap job on me and did not change the lines until way underneath, well after ABS, and just tapped into them and changed out the worst of them and made them work. But now I can see, you probably can't see with the light here. You can't see with the light there, but yeah, they're all rusted out down there, and so far they're working. They're probably solid, but I do want to change them out, and I want to bitch at Firestone a good bit about that first. What else have I done? Not a whole lot here. This side I actually did rust abatement work on already. Ground off all the surface rust all the way across the body, and then just put primer on there, and primer and like bed liner on the bottom. And over the course of about 6 months, I've got some rust coming back through because I didn't chemically remove the rust. I just sanded it off and primed it and moved on. So the other thing is that it's temporary, just so it doesn't look horrible. But I don't know if you can see this here in the video, but it's kind of etched in there, and you can see the how there's you can see this probably pretty clear. So about 10 feet back, you don't notice it, but you can see up close that it's definitely just a temporary paint job, just kind of trying to make it work for now. But if you look carefully on some of these spots, let me find one. Here's one. So right here, I'll come in closer, closer, closer. You'll see some of the orange creeping right back through. So I'm going to do this side again properly. See it in a few places. So I didn't do that right, but I've got a bunch of chemicals and some other ideas that I'll do this side over again, and I'll do the other side, and it should be a whole heck of a lot better. I need to work on this when I change the windshield. It's looking pretty bad, but it's not poking through anywhere. So when I pull the windshield off, I'm gonna get a mobile windshield installer to replace it. But while it's waiting, I'm going to try to clean up the rust that's all up in here, especially this area here. And that's as far as I can remember right now what's been done to it. So pausing again here, and I will step back in soon. All right, so my plan of attack is the following. My first, well, the reason why I've got everything up and set up right now is I'm going to try again to change out the front crankshaft seal and do it properly this time. I thought I did it properly last time, followed all the instructions, read a lot of stuff online on forums, and watched a bunch of videos, looked at a bunch of pictures, did everything right. But when I look back at the photos later, I noticed a tiny tear or a little kink in the seal after I put it in, and I'm guessing that the balancer caught it somehow at higher RPM and shredded it open, and instead of a little drip, I had a mini waterfall of oil out the front of the engine. So this time I've got two seals with me in case one of them looks like it goes in screwy, and I've actually got a fresh harmonic balancer right here from ID Parts. It's the only place that had the cheapest one for 150 bucks, the Febi. We'll see how it does. I heard good stories about it, so we'll try it. And I got the replacement bolt, the crank bolt, front crank bolt, or the harmonic balancer washer. And the seal I got is Corteco in this big box here. And what was this? This was oh, just an extra pulley. I think I saw a pulley in there. It was making some noise, so I'm going to swap it out for a fresh pulley. And then a new serpentine belt. When I get in there, I think I'm probably going to change the seals in the vacuum pump as well. I've got somewhere in the back of the van. And I might, if I have time to order one, change the fan clutch as well, just because everybody said don't leave it flat, and I left it flat for a few hours last time, and the thing just looks a little raggedy, and it's not expensive to change out, so I might change that also. I'm not going to mess with the AC yet. I'm not going to mess with the radiator or anything. Condenser radiator, which both look pretty beat, but I don't have any cooling issues right now, midsummer in California, so hopefully I'm okay there for the moment, but I will eventually fix that. But my main concern is the oil leak and changing out the harmonic balancer with the front crankshaft seal, bolt washer. And then while I'm down there, I'm also going to pull the alternator out, clean it up the best that I can, and reinstall that also, and put the new serpentine belt on, button everything up, and hopefully not be dripping oil everywhere. From that point, there are maybe a dozen other things I want to do to it mechanically before I really get the cosmetics. Of primary concern are the leaky injectors. I have some new hold down bolts and seals for that, so I might try to just get through and clean, starting at number 1 and moving backward, just because 1 would be easiest. And that is the plan. And my little workspace here out of the sun, and I will definitely be using the lights tonight to start pulling this apart. I'll update what I can with videos, and keep adding them to this channel and the playlist, and just put it out there for reference for anybody who wants to see my screw-ups and mistakes and successes and failures. And I'm not a mechanic, so pretty proud of myself when I accomplish something and it actually works. So I will be learning alongside you, and hopefully I will point out the things that were not intuitive or obvious to me, so if it's the same for somebody else, they can pluck it out of my videos. Alright, gonna close this video, probably just string them together. I don't feel like editing anything, so you get kind of raw stuff, and this would be video number 2, I suppose, and number 3 will actually show some of the disassembly and me getting down in there, belt off, pulleys off, and working through that stuff. All right, enjoy. All right, time to start pulling parts out. Easiest stuff first, I'm gonna take off this heat shield here. By the way, this bolt has been missing. It's got like a little catch underneath there, and it keeps slipping out, and it's just a weird design, so I'm gonna try to figure out something else for that vibrates sometimes. I also need to clip this on there properly. These bolts here originally were just completely seized. I had to cut them. That one and this one I replaced them, just some Ace Hardware stuff. Hopefully they'll come out nice and easy. I'll take off the upper intercooler hose and just start disconnecting stuff. I want to take the whole front end out. I'll take the grill off, headlights out, and I'll take the bumper off, and then I will lower this additional radiator deal there, and that electric fan, and all the guts in there. So I'll pause it now, get a few of these things off, and continue in a few. Just noticed something interesting. This right here came off way too easy a moment ago. Just snapped it back on, just slid right off. And then and then I went over to take the lower side of it off with the hose clamp and realized I forgot to tighten that sucker up when I put it back on. So it's just sitting there squeezed on top. I don't think there's any leak out of there, but that's oddly not my boost leak issue. No, the Facebook post recently where I shared, I tried a little double O-ring deal. This is not the OEM hose. It's really jammed in there nicely there, but this is the skinny one from ID Parts for $5, and then the black one is a little extra skinny one from Ace Hardware that's stretched out over it. It just gave a better fit, and my still have an undercharge, underboost issue sometimes, but not nearly as often. And I think there was some blow by right here. Some group members talked about the design of this metal piece. I need to investigate that and figure that out. I might just buy a whole new hose, the upper and lower on the side, and this plastic thing there, just to kind of eliminate, process of elimination for the boost leak. But yeah, somebody might need to remind me to tighten that back up next time. All right, so headlights out. Pretty easy, done that a bunch now. This main spar across the top is removed. Much easier. It took me better part of half a day last time because the bolts were seized so bad on there. This is an ugly condenser. Sorry, let me turn this volume down. I don't know if this electric fan works at all. I'll find out. I'm gonna test that today. Well, when I get to it, maybe tomorrow. I'm seeing signs of the oil spray. I cleaned all this out really well last time, and then I just power washed it before I started here, and I drove it maybe 10 miles, so a little bit more oil came out, but this was coated in oil. Washed it from up underneath of it, and yeah, headlights out, grill off. Oh, this stuff's out. I'm gonna take off the bumper next. I think that comes off next, and then I'll find a place to hang this little accessory radiator. Everything's pretty ragged, as you can see. The actual radiator is not that bad. It's just dirty with oil on it. As you can see, there's some kind of leak here. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. I took off the upper intercooler hose, stuffed it with paper towels. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but I fear dropping stuff down in there. No oil up on the top end. Down here, a little bit of oil around the edge. Oh, I think I'll probably disconnect the battery and pull it out. Just get it out of the way. I need to clean up the battery tray anyway. I think some acid spilled off years ago and caused a lot of corrosion down in here and on the battery tray itself. So Maybe I should clean that up while I'm at it. Somebody wants to tell me what this long ground wire is for, what that serves. It's definitely aftermarket. Looks like it goes straight from the battery, comes up, goes over here and connects to this point here. How much you can see that. It's a GoPro Hero 7. Seems to be doing the job. So that's the yeah, heat shields off also. And I'm just stacking parts over here. So maybe I'll do this so I can watch back later and find stuff. So I put my headlights up there, grill, and there's little pieces there. By the way, I need to source these things. So on the passenger side, that little trim piece goes across here and goes into this little knobby thing. It looks like it's rubber, plastic right there. Missing the other one. I don't know if I lost it or it was lost before I got to it. I think I lost it a couple years ago when I first started playing with this van. So I need to figure that out, or maybe I'll take that one. Kind of looks like it's works on both sides, so maybe I'll take that and design one, 3D print it, and stick it over there and be done with it. Yeah, so there's oil everywhere. I got to clean it up and wash it out again, and hopefully when I button it back up this time, we're not going to have any issues. Alright, so this grill, by the way, it's interesting that this is the Dodge grill, but it's kind of odd that it's a Mercedes-Benz part. It's sort of surprising to me. I don't think I'm going to keep it. I've got a Mercedes grill on order, but the North American T1Ns all were Dodge, and they had this grill. And it's an okay shape. Physically, it's got a little pitting in the fake chrome. Over here, can you see it? Right up in, you can't really see it, but I don't know if it's worth cleaning up and keeping, or cleaning up and selling it for 50 bucks a month. Okay, so that's that. Oh, so this whole area here was completely covered in oil from a broken discharge hose on a condenser. Cleaned it out a lot, and then I taped it up with some cable clamps down there. I'm going to take a look at that here soon when I pull all this out and see if that did the job. I don't think it was pressurized because the AC's off and just never bothered to try to get it working yet. But we'll take a look at that also when we get to it. That's it for now. Alright. The end of the night. I want to work longer, but I'm needed for the family. Got my space all set up. Happy about that today. Made a little bit of progress. Got some parts up there. Got some parts over here. Got some parts down there. Didn't make a big mess. Simple tools. Everything's still intact. The light's on. Got one light hanging here. I'll probably drop another light for tomorrow night if I can work tomorrow night. So I got the front end halfway taken apart. Got the condenser over here. I kind of want to just chop that off and plug it and send that in the trash or something. But I've got this nice special condenser stand available on my online store. You can find it. It's they're pretty nice. Not really much else to say. I've got the intercooler exposed, radiator more exposed, got that fan off, took off a little tweeter thing they call a horn. I'm about to get this stuff out tomorrow, and then I'll wash it all out, get all that excess oil out of there again, and hopefully button up what I need to tomorrow. I did take the battery out. As you can see, that tray is, you can see the video very well. It's just a bunch of crud in there. This right here, the radiator of the coolant sensor, level sensor, I can't get this thing out to save my life. That was broken, dry rotted off, or something just snapped before I even got to it. So I had to monitor the level. But as you can see, obviously some of that oil there, you'll get a good taste of it tomorrow. Okay, so and there's Nice view of the splatter up in there also. Not so much on this side, but it was slinging mostly to this side, over here, and down onto the alternator, wherever that is down there. All right, well, let me get inside and edit this. All of today's footage. Well, actually, I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm just going to string it together and put it on YouTube and let you guys watch it. Not that I don't care about you. I just know that I don't have any viewers, so it kind of doesn't matter. Anyway, that's it for today. Today's Sunday, when I finally really got started. I was supposed to start on Friday and be done by tonight, but that's it. Let's see, you can see any sunset back there? Not really. All right. I'm gonna go shower, go in for the night.